The Whispering Shadows. The Whispering Shadows. In a small, forgotten village nestled deep in the woods, there stood a house unlike any other. Its windows were always dark, and its door was slightly ajar, as if it had been waiting for someone, or something to enter. The villagers whispered of a ghostly creature that lived inside, a spirit who roamed the halls with the soft sound of eerie whispers, drifting through the shadows like a mist. No one dared go near the house, except for little Lucy. Lucy was always curious, never afraid of the strange things that others feared. On a foggy evening, as the sun dipped behind the trees, she stood at the edge of the overgrown yard, gazing up at the dark windows. She had heard the tales of the ghostly creature, the Whisperer, they called it, but she didn't believe in such things. The Whispering Shadows, Part 2. With a deep breath, Lucy stepped through the gate and made her way to the house. As she crossed the threshold, the door creaked and closed behind her. The air inside felt cold, though the house was old but not forgotten. Every step she took echoed in the silence, and the only sound was the faint murmur of something whispering. "Hello?" Lucy called out, her voice barely louder than a breath. From the darkness, a soft, ghostly shape emerged. It was tall and thin, its body like a veil of fog, shifting with every movement. Its eyes glowed a pale, ethereal blue, and its voice came in the form of a gentle, soothing whisper. "Why have you come, child?" Lucy didn't flinch. "I came to see you. The village says you're a ghost, but you don't look so scary." The Whispering Shadows, Part 3. The Whisperer tilted its head, its eyes flickering with a sad, almost wistful expression. "I was once like you," it whispered, full of life and laughter. "But time, like the fog, took it all away. Now, I wait in the shadows, whispering to those who listen, to those who aren't afraid." Lucy stepped closer, her heart racing, but she wasn't afraid. The creature's presence was strange but not threatening. She could feel its sadness more than anything. "But why do you whisper?" "Because," the Whisperer sighed, "I want to be remembered. I want to be heard. I want to know someone still cares." Lucy thought for a moment, her mind full of the stories the villagers told. Tales of creatures that haunted, of spirits that caused fear. But as she looked into the Whisperer's eyes, she saw only loneliness. "Maybe," Lucy said gently, instead of the Whispering Shadows finale, whispers, "you could speak out loud. Let everyone know you're not a ghost to be feared, but a spirit to be remembered." The Whisperer stared at her, and for the first time in a long time, it smiled. Its form shimmered in the dim light, and a warm breeze stirred the air around them. "Thank you, little one," it whispered, its voice softening into a gentle hum. "Perhaps you are right." As the evening deepened, Lucy turned to leave, but before she did, the Whisperer spoke one last time, its voice now clearer and full of warmth. "Remember me, child, and one day, when the fog is thick and the shadows long, you will hear my voice, and know that I am still here." Lucy nodded, feeling the weight of the Whisperer's words, and stepped back into the night, leaving the house behind. From that night on, the villagers would sometimes hear a soft, comforting whisper when the fog rolled in, reminding them not of fear, but of the lonely spirit who had simply wished to be remembered. And as for Lucy, every time she walked past the old house, she would smile and say softly into the breeze, "I remember.